Good morning, good morning. How is everybody today? I am so sorry that we didn't have any signal last night, so I wasn't able to come on and do session 3 of Unlocking Peace. But you've got me here today. I'm under my big hat because it's already really hot. It's only 10 o'clock. So hello for those of you who are new to the Heal Yourself Happy World, to the Heal Yourself Happy Hub. Hello, hello. I'm so delighted that you found us here in this beautiful community. And hello to lovely old friends who I know who've been with me from the beginning, who have been around for a long time. Speaking of which, hello, lovely Dora. How are you? I always love seeing your face. You're always here. Thank you. Thank you so much for being here. So we are in the middle of a series called Unlocking Peace. And I definitely feel peace this morning. It's just incredible out here. We are in Laka on the island of Paxos. You can't really see what's going on behind me with this beautiful big hat on. Can you see? Oh, it's just the most beautiful bay. Very busy actually. Lots and lots of boats here today. So it's very buzzy and lovely. And the sea is just the most incredible colour. Completely so clear. Anyway, we had no signal here last night. I don't know what's going on. And I wasn't able to do it live, but I've woken up this morning. We've got loads, so that's just amazing. So shall we crack on? Let's crack on with module 3. Everybody else has gone off for breakfast in town, and I thought I would just take this time just to be with all of you very quietly. So let's crack on. So quick recap then. For those of you who haven't managed to catch up on day 1 and day 2, you can go back and watch them. All of the modules are going to be here in the hub, and they're going to be around for the next week or so. When I get back off holiday, I'm going to be taking them down, and they're going to be put into a little mini program that you can buy, purchase, use at any point you like. This is going to be so amazing, and you can have it for life and use it. But I wanted to give it to all of you here in the hub for free, so that you can feel completely at peace before we head into the summer and all of the new changes that are happening around the world with COVID, or if you're going into one of the most stressful periods of time in your life in terms of the summer holidays and managing and juggling kids and work, then I hope all of this is going to be really helpful for you. So day 1, we talked about emotional mastery and some of the key principles around finding peace. We also touched on the feelings of panic and fear, and how you can use the concept of becoming a peach to manage and find peace and respond to that panic and fear. We also talked about making fear your friend. It's just a signpost, it's a feeling. All feelings are good feelings, and they're there as signposts. And fear is just your protector. It's just saying something is wrong, something's different. Can you come and have a look? It's not something to not do something. So making fear your friend. Oh, I forgot to bring water with me. Oh, let's hope I'm going to be okay. So the concept of the peach and the concept of making peace, fear your friend, was the concepts we talked through in module 1, and the grief that is going to start to unlock that key, that stiff key to finding peace, is love. Return to love. When you're faced with fear, when you're faced with panic, find love in the moment. Go and find love. How can you love your fear? How can you find some love in your heart? And that took us on to day 2, where we did the loving kindness meditation to start the day off, which is always a beautiful one to start with. If you're feeling panic, if you're feeling fear, you do a bit of loving kindness. May I feel loved. May I feel safe. May I be happy. All of those lovely, beautiful mantras. Do some breathing. Hold your heart. And in day 2, we talked about the feelings of excitement, and the excitement that is agitation that robs you of peace. And in day 2, I talked about the importance of understanding this kind of excitement, because it can lead to stress, and stress long term in our body is really not healthy for us over the long term. So it's really important to become aware of those feelings of stress, how you feel in your mind, how you feel in your body. And the concepts that we talked there were very much, again, around the emotional mastery piece, the thoughts, the mindset. Your thoughts create your reality, and how do you master your mind to help bring a sense of peace? Oh, look, I've got a bit of a string there. Sorry, everybody. And we also talked about the multiple different ways that you can find peace in order to find peace in your mind and your thoughts. So how can you get out of your head? How can you just be in the present moment? So we use the mindfulness concepts there. And here, that is really the key soother, the ability to turn that key in the peace key is to find that sense of calm, the different ways of finding calm. So we've talked about two concepts here, or multiple feelings. We've talked about peace, we've talked about excitement. And I've also introduced the Calm for Life program, which I'm going to be talking more about a little bit later on. But the Calm for Life program is on early bird at the moment for £111, and it will be, and it was until last night, but obviously I've had no signal. So we are going to extend that, and it's going to be £111 until UK midday today, and then it will flip to the standard price of £222. So I'm going to talk about more for Calm for Life a little bit later on. Calm for Life is my stress management program, which I'm so excited to be doing, which starts next week, but I'm going to talk about that in a bit, because it's time to look at our third emotion that can often remove this feeling and sense of peace. And this is a really important one to understand. This is the emotion and the feeling of anger. This is when anger starts to turn to resentment. This is when anger starts to create a bitterness in your body. And this is really important to become aware of this feeling. Really look into anger, because anger is a human emotion. It is a response, and it's totally valid to feel. So in this, when we talk about anger, I really want to explain and impress the importance of not compounding this emotion. We touched on this right at the very beginning in day one, explaining how compounding emotions is when you layer emotions on top of each other and don't actually address the core feeling. So if you are angry about something, you can compound it by being frustrated at yourself for being angry. Or you can feel sad that you're angry, or you can just start layering up all of these feelings, and you trap the initial feeling right at the bottom, and then it can't get out. And the most important thing to understand is that emotions and feelings, they need to flow. As I said right at the beginning, all of our feelings are energies within our body. It makes us feel, it moves an energy around us, or within us. It can be a cause for good or a cause for bad. And if you understand manifestation and the energetics, it's so important to understand that these energies are not only good for our physical human body, but they're also not good for our spiritual realm as well. So this is really important to understand. Be aware of your feelings and deal with them, look at them, honor them in the moment that you start to feel them. And anger is one of the most important ones that we need to address very, very quickly, because it can become very rapidly toxic. Oh, good morning. Hello, gorgeous Pips. How are you? Gorgeous here today. Grandpa has managed to swim in and out of the back of the boat and on the tender, so we're all feeling rather confident out here. So yes, I'm talking about anger. Anger can rapidly become very, very toxic within the body. So I'm being sent photographs now. It can become very toxic in the body. And anger is often associated with also other feelings, human emotions, such as resentment, bitterness. And holding these and trapping them in your body can be very, very dangerous. So you have to let them flow. That's what I was talking about, wasn't I? Feelings are energies within your body, energies emanating out of you, and energy needs to move. Energy in motion is an emotion, so you have to allow it to move. Really, really important to understand that concept. The other thing I wanted to highlight when it comes to anger is this concept of emotional intelligence. And a lot of people talk about emotional intelligence and being highly emotionally intelligent, but do you actually really understand what it means? And I think this is really important for all of us to understand. And one of the concepts that, as I begin to understand it, has been so helpful in all areas of my life. So this is the way it was explained to me, and I would love to share that information with you so that you can start to understand and take steps to being more emotionally intelligent. Emotionally intelligent means that you can access your intelligence, your noodle, the good thinking bits, even when your emotions are incredibly high. When your emotions are high, when you're highly emotional, your intelligence is often incredibly low. The emotions cloud your ability to think clearly. See it like a fog. So being emotionally intelligent is when you can access the intelligence through the fog of your emotions. It's about how you clear those emotions, how you clear it in order to access your intelligence and make the wise decisions. And when you are angry, when you are feeling resentful, when you are feeling bitter, this is more like a wall acting to block off your intelligence. So it's so important to clear them so that you can make the right decisions. You make the decisions out of a state of clear energy rather than one of anger and darkness. It's really, really important. And one of the most important things that I've learned in my journey, so important to access this. So how can you clear that energy? And one of the things that I wanted to share here is another analogy that I absolutely love and which was shared with me by a coach. And I use it a lot. And I've shared it with my husband and I've shared it with my kids. And we often say to each other, if we're holding on to something too tightly, we're being a monkey. And oftentimes we can hold on to our anger. We can hold on to our bitterness and our resentment because we just do not want to let go because it's our right to be angry. It's our right. So I'm going to hold it, and that's going to make me bitter, and it's going to make me resentful, and it's going to make me dark and black and angry. Black clouds around me. And the concept of the monkey is that the way that they used to trap monkeys is that they used to use a coconut shell. They would cut it with a little hole in the top so that the monkey could get its little hands in, and it would feel a banana on the inside. It would think, oh, I want a banana. So it would go in and it would hold on to the banana, in doing so making a fist, and it couldn't get its little paw back out through the hole. So it's gone in nice and narrow, felt the banana, held onto the banana and can't get out. But because it was so determined to have that banana, it would not let go. Would not let go of the monkey banana, even though there was somebody coming to take him, to trap him, to take him away. If only he'd let go of the banana and let go of his hand and let it come slide out of the coconut shell, he would have been able to run away and he would have been free. He would have been saved. This is the same with anger. We are usually angry about something or someone, and we will not let it go because we don't want to, because we deserve to feel that way. It is our right. And in doing so, we trap ourselves in the cycle of horrendous anger. So think of the monkey. Am I holding on to something? This is how you have to let go. Let go of the banana in order to set yourself free. And the way we do this, and the grease that turns this lock, is forgiveness. Forgiveness is peace. Forgiveness is not to condone the acts of others, not to condone your own act sometimes. It is the ability to find peace, to let go of that anger, let go of that resentment, let go of that bitterness. Because being right, and it's quite likely that you are right, but being right is going to cost you. It can cost you your health and it can cost you your happiness. So be the monkey, the wise monkey, be emotionally intelligent and make the right decision to let go of the banana, let go of the anger, let go of the bitterness, and let yourself be free. Using anger and pain and resentment can often shield us from what we most need, which is love. And it can protect us from that. We're trying to protect ourselves with the anger, but really you have to let it go and allow it back in. So forgiveness is the key. Letting go is the key. And there's a couple of concepts I wanted to share with you today. Two, this ability of forgiveness is a really inner game, and it is mind mastery. It really is mind mastery. And one of the concepts, along with the monkey, the other concept were the words of Wayne Dyer for me when I was so incredibly angry, like white hot anger. I remember reading his words, and these were the words, and I'll see if they have the same impact on you. He said, "No one dies from the snake bite. They die from the venom that pours through your veins." Forgiveness is an act of self-love. That still makes me feel really emotional, just hearing those words again. No one dies from the snake bite, i.e. no one is going to die from an act from somebody else or something or a circumstance, but they will die from the venom that pours through the veins. And those are the thoughts. You keep it alive. You keep the situation, the pain. Pain is inevitable. Suffering is optional. And it's the same thing. Repeating it over and over and over again in your mind, replaying the same scenarios over and over and over in your mind can make you angry, can make you bitter. And that's when you hold on to that resentment. This is where you have to let it go, because you are the poison. Your thoughts are the poison. And you have to let it go. And the antidote to this poison is forgiveness. Forgiveness is an act of self-love. You're doing it for you. You're doing it for your health. You're doing it for your happiness. I'm so passionate about this because this is one of the biggest things that's helped me in my life to understand this concept. Forgiveness. Forgive for you, not for them. Forgive you for you. It is an act of self-love, and you can set yourself free to go and do whatever you want. Do not hold on like the monkey. Set yourself free, create some space, and allow something else to happen and move on. So that is one thing. The concept of forgiveness, I'd like you to really, really start to think about. And the things that you can really do, and just journaling massively helped me here. Write out all the anger. I used to write something Brené Brown used to talk about was the shitty first draft. Excuse my French, but she calls it the shitty first draft. And you write letters to whoever has done you wrong, made you feel this way. Write to the situation if you need to. If it's a situation that's been caused, write to the universe, angels, God, whoever you believe in. Say how angry you are, why you're angry, how it's making you feel. Write it out. It was so cathartic for me, and I remember scratching so hard on the paper that I would break the sheet, but it felt good getting that anger out in words. You can go on a rant, shout it out. Swamp. I love this. Swamp is another one. Mama Gina talks about swamping. And if you're really angry, you can use swamping to let your emotions flow. Put on some music, some angry music, and just, slam it out. I remember working with a coach once and she said, slam the pillows. I couldn't slam the pillows. That felt weird to me, but you could slam pillows. But dancing to loud music and moving my body, writing and journaling, writing out those shitty first drafts, let the emotions go. Letting that anger go was so incredibly powerful. And I mean it in the sense that it's an empowerment process. You are empowering yourself to take your freedom back in this way. You do not have to hold on to the banana. You do not have to hold the anger. You do not have to hold the bitterness and the resentment. You can write it all out. You can shout it out. You can dance it out. Emotions are feelings in motion, energies in motion. You have to let it go, let it flow, do whatever it takes for you to do. Try all of the different ways, but let it go. Forgiveness is an act of self-love, because once you've written it all out, you can start to forgive. I forgive you. I forgive me. I forgive myself. Some of the journaling questions, prompts that I think you might find useful. Is it worth... Oh, listen, it was so rough yesterday, I can't actually read what I said. Is it worth... I know what I'm trying to say there. Is holding on to my anger, is holding on to these thoughts, is holding on to this, is my self-righteousness worth destroying my energy over? Is it worth it to be right and to stay in darkness? Or is it better to let it go, forgive, and be free and live in the light? Oh, hell yeah, because I am the living embodiment of that. I created a miracle through this process of letting it go. And another question I used to write all the time: who would I be if I could let this go? And if I could forgive myself? Who would I be if I could forgive them? If I could forgive the situation? If I could forgive my part in this? If I could forgive myself for my part? And I would journal out, who would I be if I could let that thought go? It's quite hard, because sometimes when you've been holding on to something for such a long time, you don't know who you would be. And you keep writing. This isn't a one-time thing. I've wrote journals and journals of anger, but I'd rather have that and have the peace that I have now than have it still trapped within me. Who would I be if I didn't hold on to this? Who would I be? So you can tell I'm very passionate about this anger piece, because it's one that I have battled with and raged with, but have managed to clear and continue to clear. It all starts with that awareness piece. I am angry. Why am I angry? Who do I need to forgive? What do I need to forgive? But you don't have to compound it. You do not trap it. You let it flow. So try a couple of these concepts that I've shared with you. Try the swamping, try the journaling, try the ranting and always go back to the words of Wayne Dyer, which I'm going to repeat once again. No one dies from the snake bite. They die from the venom that pours through their veins. Forgiveness is an act of self-love. You are the venom. Your thoughts are the venom. And you hold the antidote. You hold the antidote in your hands, in your mind, and in your heart. And that is the act of self-love. That is the act of forgiveness. Excuse me. I'm now really sweaty. It's pretty hot. So that is session 3. How do we unlock peace when anger is overwhelming us? We've talked about emotional mastery. We've talked about emotional intelligence and how you access your intelligence when you're so emotionally charged. And anger is one of the biggest blockers to that intelligence. So I hope you do go away and try that. Remember the monkey. Remember Wayne Dyer. Go swamp. Go journal. Write that shitty first draft or whatever it is you need to do in order to clear that energy. And so if you've taken everything you need today, I'm so delighted. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about now Calm for Life. I'm telling you a little bit more about that. I've said a little bit about it yesterday, and then you've got until lunchtime today if you want to jump on with me and spend the 7 weeks of the summer with me. I promise I won't always be coming from a boat. I will be coming back home soon. So let me tell you a little bit about Calm for Life. So Calm for Life is the program and the culmination of, I guess, probably the last 10 years, the last decade of my life, where I've had many situations that have caused an incredible amount of stress and upset and discomfort. And it has also been a massive period of growth for me, personal growth, of development, of working with coaches, of healers, taking programs, reading books. I became a sponge and able to be able to move all of this through. And the concepts that I've embodied and put into my life, and this is the culmination of that work. If I think about some of the things that I've been through and the emotional roller coaster that I've been through, I lost my identity. I suppose that was the triggering point of it all, when I lost my identity as this professional career woman, the woman that I had always been led to believe that I would become. And yet I couldn't handle it. I couldn't do it. I burnt out with 2 kids and a really serious job. Couldn't do it. The sense of failure, the sense of a lack of identity and who I really was, and the period of time where I was procrastinating, and the fear, I suppose, in that point, of if I walk away from this, who will I be? How will I earn money? What will I do with myself? I've never known anything different other than this path, this trajectory that I've been on. The fear and the panic of, oh my goodness, I don't know who I'll be if I do this, if I take this bold step. And that taught me so much. I've had the loss of loved ones. I've lost countless babies in traumatic ways, each and every single one of them. I'm so grateful for the 2 beautiful boys I have. But the loss of 3 babies was incredibly upsetting. The grief counselling I received was incredible. The emotions I felt every single time. I've lost my mum. I lost her twice. I lost her the first time to Alzheimer's. It was just so hard watching someone so beautiful and someone that you love so much just disappear before your eyes, and then losing her very, very suddenly in 2016 was incredibly hard. The despair and the sadness was intensified. The loss of losing someone so close. I don't think you ever realise that life is finite until you lose somebody so close to you. Oh, I think someone's coming back. Hi, little boy. Hi, I'm just on a live. And then there was the loss of love, the situations in my marriage, when my relationships, when the truth was revealed to me. This is when I felt panic, shock, fear, raised like I'd never known. But this also taught me one of the most important lessons, and that was the emotional intelligence piece, because so many people said to me, how on earth did you get through that with the dignity and grace that you did? And it was because of all the preceding events in my life that taught me so much, that I was able to implement the tools that I'd been practicing in those periods before into this. I'm really sorry, I can't see anyone. So if you're commenting, I'm going to have to come back to those comments because my screen is pretty black because it's so bright. So I'm just talking at you. So I'm sorry. Um, that loss of love, the heartbreak, and the shattering of not only my heart, the shattering of my future, the shattering of my beliefs, was an incredibly low period of time in my life. But in those depths of the ocean, and I talked about it in my blog at the time, was where I learned so much about myself. And it's where I grew my strength. It's where I found the jewels within me in order to lift, to rise, to get up. I lost, can't say it now. I lost trust in people through a lot of experiences. And that was hard. Some of the closest people to me I lost, the judgment, the gossip. How do you respond to that? All of that all culminated in all of this. And through every single stage in the last decade, it has taught me something, and I've learned from it, and I've created a life now based on all of that, and a life I absolutely love, and I'm so incredibly grateful for. And I remember writing in my diary, this must all be happening for a reason, for a purpose, and I hope that it is. And this is the reason. Calm for Life is the reason that I had to go through all of that to create this program. I'm so proud of it. I cannot wait to share it with the gorgeous people who are already in the group, and I cannot wait to share it with you if it's something that you decide to do, to come and do with me. It is an online program. It's an online group coaching program led very similarly to the way that I'm leading Unlocking Peace, in a small and private secret group where I will come on and teach the lessons, share the tools, and hold space for you to go away and to practice them, to ask me questions. This is one-to-many coaching, but this is also many-to-one. So you have that feedback loop. So through here in the hub, I give a lot for free. Tiff gives an awful lot for free, and we share it with our whole heart, and we share great value. We believe we share great value in everything that we have learned for you to put into practice and do with what you will. In group coaching, the programs and the containers become smaller so that we can hold space for you, so that we can discuss with you, so we can have group discussions, so that we can hold you and we can make it a little bit more bespoke in that group setting. You have the power of people around you on the same mission to support and inspire you as well, not just me. And for those of you who've been asking me about one-to-one coaching, one-to-one is when it is one-to-one. This is when we apply the principles specifically to you, to your life. I listen, I help you unpick and rewire your mind, your thoughts, your thinking, and put that into actions and into words, and then how you can build a most beautiful life. So that is Calm for Life, an online program where I'm going to be walking you through all of the triggering situations and helping you with the tools that you can use and practice up front, so that as and when and if they inevitably do happen, you know exactly how to do it. Work with it, work with yourself, so that you can be emotionally intelligent, so you make the right decisions, so that you can walk with grace and dignity and confidence, and know that you're doing absolutely everything with heart and soul and mind and body for your ultimate good and for the ultimate good of everybody around you. That is Calm for Life. There's a 7-week program. It's running over the course of the summer. It starts next week. It's currently on early bird of 111, and it will be going up to 222. All the angel numbers, because I love the angel numbers. They guide me so many times. They'll be going up to 222 at 12 o'clock UK time today. I will pop another link in the comments, and you'll be able to see all the posts throughout the hub if you want to come and join me, and I would love to see you there. But that is it for session 3. We talked about anger today. I hope you're loving this series. Do let me know in the comments below. And I will be back tomorrow for session 4. Session 4 is going to be a good one. Especially for all you mums, because this one is the one that I've had to work on the most. So leave me some hearts in the comments below if you've watched for this long. Let me know what you're taking away. It's been lovely to be with you. Thank you very much for letting me come on here and share my holiday with you. I will see you all hopefully tomorrow if I've got signal, but I will be in touch. Sending you lots and lots of love. And sorry I can't see comments. It's gone too bright. Bye.